Hi, today we're going to be talking about how to solve inverse function problems. So, what is an inverse function? An inverse function is a direct opposite or reverse of an original function. So, here are some steps to solve inverse function problems. So, first you want to switch the position of x and y. Next, solve for y, and then you want to replace y with f of negative 1 of x. And that is basically the standard form on how you write inverse function equations. Okay, now let's do a simple problem. F of x equals negative 8x minus 6. So first, what you want to do to solve these problems is you want to set it first equal to y. So y equals negative 8x minus 6. Okay, so you want to switch the positions of the variables next. So instead of y equals, you want to set x equals negative 8y minus 6. Okay, and basically now all you have to do is just solve for y. So first you want to get rid of the 6 on this side, so plus 6 plus 6, and you get x plus 6 equals negative 8y. Okay, now all you have to do now is just isolate the y, so divide by negative 8, divide by negative 8, and you would get negative 1/8x plus, minus 6 over 8 equals y. Okay, well, negative 6 over 8 can be simplified further, and you would get negative 1/8x minus 3 over 4 equals y. And that is the answer, but we need to set it equal to f of negative 1 equals x, and that's how you write the final equation. So f of negative 1x equals negative 1/8x minus 3 over 4. And there you go. That's the inverse of f of x equals negative 8x minus 6. Okay, for the next problem. G of x equals x over 6 minus 9. So first, again, you need to set it equal to y. So y equals x over 6 minus 9. Okay, again, you need to set it equal, or you need to switch the variables. So x equals y over 6 minus 9. Okay, so we need to subtract 9 from both sides to isolate y. So plus 9, and you get x plus 9 equals y over 6. Okay, so to get rid of the 6 right here, you need to multiply everything by 6. So times 6 and times 6. So you get 6x plus 54 equals y. Okay, and we need to set it not equal just to y, but equal to g of negative 1x equals 6x plus 54. And that's the inverse of g of x equals x over 6 minus 9. Okay, for the last problem. F of x equals 4 over 5x plus 7. So again, first, set it equal to y. Y equals 4 over 5x plus 7. And again, you have to switch the variables. So x equals 4 over 5y plus 7. So you want to subtract 7 from both sides. So minus 7, minus 7, and you'd get x minus 7 equals 4 over 5y. So to isolate the y, you need to multiply it by the opposite fractions. So 5 over 4 times 4 over 5 would cancel, and that would leave the y term, but you have to do it to both sides. So 5 over 4 times x minus 7 would be 5 over 4x minus 35 over 4 equals y. Okay, and that's the answer, but again, we have to put it back into f of x minus 1, so, or f minus 1 x equals 4 or 5 over 4 x minus 35 over 4. To conclude this tutorial, I would like to offer some basic study tips on how to be successful in algebra. So first, you always want to take good notes in class. These can be valuable resources you can use on your homeworks or any other assignments. Next, go to tutoring if you don't understand a concept, or use online tutorials. Again, if you don't understand something, you can always go in to class for tutoring, or just look up YouTube videos on how to do a concept. And then finally, you want to have a study partner. A study partner can help you review for tests, or basically just maybe help you with some problems on a homework. So yeah, this is a tutorial on how to do inverse function problems. Thanks.